Hi, this is Marissa. You know, one time I had 3 different advice columns. In the UK, we call it being an agony aunt, but I know in America it's called an advice column. Well, I had 3 all at the same time. People would write to me every week and go, I can't find a guy. Some guys would write and say, I can't find a girl. Some people with the same sex, I can't find a partner. And I was always intrigued with the guy, I can't find a guy. There's no guys. I just read this thing that you're more likely to get abducted by aliens than find a man over the age of 40, which is all not true. Of course you can find a guy or a girl. Whatever your gender or sexuality, you can find a partner. The problem is that people are finding the wrong person. Many people say, I can't find a guy. They do find a guy. They find Mr. Wrong. They're looking for Mr. Right, and they find Mr. Not Right at all. Maybe Mr. Right for the night. You need to understand something key about your mind to understand what goes wrong in a relationship. It took me a long time to understand this. When I got it, it changed my life as a therapist, and it changed my clients' lives. Our mind is hardwired, in fact coded, to keep going back to what is familiar while avoiding what is unfamiliar. Let me say that again. Your mind wants to go back to what's familiar, and it wants to run away as fast as it can from what is unfamiliar. And that is wired into your mind to actually keep you alive. Hundreds of years ago, you lived on a prairie. You lived in a little walled city. You never said, oh, I'm so bored with every day being the same. I think I'm going to climb over that walled city and go for a walk and find a new tribe, because they might kill you. And anyone with a child of 2 will recognize this behavior at 2, when exactly the age a child could get out of the cave and wander around and eat their own berries and nuts. Like, I don't want that, it's not familiar. I don't like that yogurt, it's not pink, it's got lumps in it. I only want that cup, that spoon, that bowl. I want the same movie every night, the same story. I want to wear the same clothes every day. Children of 2 do something interesting. They say, I want what's familiar. Makes me feel safe. They don't understand that. They just understand my mind only wants what I already know. And here's what happens in relationships. I had a critical, horrible, withholding, mean dad. And guess what kind of guys I like? Yeah, critical, mean, withholding. I sit in a bar, I meet someone cold and rude, and I go, oh, we just clicked. I felt like I've known this person all my life. That's because it's your dad. And you are not supposed to go home, get into bed, and have wild sex with your dad. Or men say, you know, my mother was so cold, so critical, always put me down. Why do I like cold, critical women? I'm like, well, that's because your mind is trying to recreate what it knew and put a happy ending on it. My mother was cold and mean. I'm going to find a cold, mean woman, and I'm going to turn her into a pussycat. Well, life is far too short to work to change the ending. Change the beginning. Don't find a critical guy and try and make him warm and complimentary. Find a warm, complimentary guy up front. People go, no, I don't like that. Doesn't feel familiar. And that's the block. I want a lovely, warm guy, but my dad was mean and drank. And I like mean guys who drink. And I'm putting all my energy into turning him into a kind, lovely guy. Well, that's the wrong energy. Yes, you like it because it's familiar. Your mind doesn't care if what's familiar is negative or positive, good or bad. People who've never had love reject love because it's not familiar. Here's a shocker. People who have never had money reject money when they get it because it's not familiar. 70% of lottery winners get rid of all their money within 3 years and go bankrupt because it's not familiar. If love and kindness and caring and niceness and someone believing in you, valuing you and respecting you is not familiar, you got to make it familiar. And what you have to do is this. You have to say, I am going to change the beginning, not the ending. I will make it familiar. I'll make a nice guy, a nice girl, a good person familiar. Many years ago, I worked with a girl on a show, the equivalent of The Swan, where she was having all kinds of stuff done, a trainer and some cosmetic procedures to make her feel good about herself. I knew that was a total waste of time, by the way, because it's what you feel inside that counts. And I worked with her. We talked about her dad and how mean he was and how he always put down and humiliated her mother and did the same to her. And when a guy asked her, he was always shocked and went, well, there's nothing going. You're just like your mother. She blew up and got fat when she had you, and you'll be just the same. You're like her. There's nothing to you. And you and I know that that's exactly the guy she kept attracting. Critical, mean, withholding, wouldn't call, wouldn't spend money on her, flirted with everyone else. I did some work with her. She went out to the same bar. She said it was amazing. I met this really nice guy, took my number, he called me, took me out, he drove me home, he paid the bill, he texted me to see if I was okay. He asked me out again. I went, and she goes, I'm not seeing him again. I'm like, why not? She went, he was too good for me. I went, nope. You know what you just said? His behavior was so unfamiliar, I didn't recognize it. It made me feel uncomfortable. I said, you know what? Peeing in the toilet was unfamiliar once, but I think you got over that. Getting a banana in your mouth and not your ear was unfamiliar. It is an absolute truth that we are wired to return to what's familiar, but here's another truth. You can make anything you like familiar with a little bit of determination, and your job is to go, I am going to make dating a nice guy familiar. Never add if it kills me. This is the last thing I do, because that's a bit of a red flag to your mind. I am going to make seeing a nice guy familiar. I'm going to allow someone wonderful to love me and value me. I'm going to make it familiar by saying these words. I will make it familiar. I will make it familiar. One guy came to me and said, you know, my mother, when I was little, I tried to show her my drawings. She went, darling, please remember something. You're 6, I'm not. I find you so boring. I'm so intelligent. I should never have children. You bore me. And I'm too intelligent to deal with you. Guess what kind of women he dated? Very smart women who made him feel stupid. And I said, listen, you have one job to do. Every time you date a woman, if they make you feel stupid, leave. Don't try to date your mother. She was a cold, hard woman. Find somebody warm. And he said, you know, I heard your voice in my head every day going, do I feel stupid or smart? When the word was smart, I knew she was a keeper. And I went to his wedding and he married this lovely woman because he decided to make somebody nice familiar, someone who didn't make him feel stupid familiar. I go to many weddings, many christenings of people who say, you know, all I had to do was go, okay, my mind wants what's familiar. Let's make something new familiar. Let's stick at it and keep saying, I'm making it familiar. I'm making it familiar. After all, if you have a lens to put in your eye, you don't go, oh, I got that in one. You have to do it for at least 2 weeks. It doesn't feel familiar to jab your finger in your eye, but what happens if you persist? You can even do it without a mirror, because you can make anything good familiar and anything bad unfamiliar. Do not make your dating history familiar and negative. Make good stuff familiar and make negative stuff unfamiliar. Not only will you find a guy or a girl of your dreams, you will find them, you'll keep them, you'll build a beautiful relationship where you love and believe in each other. It will go the distance, all stemming from your decision, your desire to say, I'm going to make negative relationships unfamiliar. Finding love is familiar. It is all around you. There are people all around you that could love you and be with you. And if you get out of the way of the negative ones, you're standing right in front of a good one. Decide you're worth love. Put yourself in front of someone who can give you love. If you're a woman and you want love, don't go to yoga. Go to poker. Go to golf. Go to a car wash. And if you're a guy that wants love, don't go to IT classes. You need to go to yoga. Put yourself in front of the person you want to be with, the sex you want to be with a belief that you are worth it, you're lovable, you're going to make love familiar, and you'll go home with someone and you'll keep them forever. All because of this ability to recognize what's unfamiliar and bad and familiar and good, and to switch it. I did that, changed my life. I'm very happily married. You can be too. Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget, really important, like this, share it, sign up. People are looking for love in all the wrong places. If you share this video, if you like and subscribe, they'll find love in all the right places, and you can help them, just like I'm going to help you. And go to marisapeer.com. We have an amazing audio called Overcoming Love Blocks. overcoming relationship blocks, finding, attracting and sustaining love. And you can do that. Take the products, they're free. Like, share, subscribe. Love is all around. You just have to let it in. Thanks for tuning in. I wish you a loving, joyful life. See you very soon.